winning. Absolutely superb start for Nico for winning.
Sticking out and everything. Why I'm wearing this hat? It's so itchy and hatty, like, you know, it's a hat, and well, I don't know anyone who likes wearing woolly hats, but I'm wearing woolly hats today because I'm at an airfield in Northern Ireland. It's actually called Bishop's Court. It used to be an airfield once upon a time. Now it's a racetrack sometimes, and other times it's just, well, empty. It doesn't do anything. Ministry of Defence. Don't know if they own it or not own it, I haven't a clue, but they used to own it. And I'm here in an official capacity. I'm filming the superbikes for trailers and videos and stuff. You want to hire me for video? Ring me, phone me up, get on the phone, it's all sorted. But it's a racetrack like no other. Because I can do this. Drive out here into the wild blue yonder. But this is a good place to test the Peugeot RXH, which is what I'm driving today. This is not, I repeat, this is not the hybrid one. It just looks like the hybrid one. It's actually a diesel. It's a 2-litre diesel. It's a pretty smooth diesel, a pretty smooth automatic gearbox as well. Very high spec in here. I kind of like that. Shut up, thing. Air conditioning's making a lot of noise, isn't it? But it's meant to be a sort of a semi-off-road thing, you know. So I thought I'd give it, well, a little bit of a semi-off-road drive. So I'm here in Bishop's Court, driving around it. Now you know. So what do I think it is? Well, maybe start off by being a little bit hard on Peugeot, right? For the last number of years that I've driven a 508, I have said the same things over and over again that need to be fixed. And all of them are in here, in the cabin, in everyday use, and that's the problem. Every time I get in, like this morning, I had a 3.5-hour drive ahead of me this morning to get here in the first place. I jump in the car and immediately I have nowhere to put a bottle of water, I have nowhere to put my phone, I have nowhere to put anything. There's a door bin here beside me, which is just simply enormous. And everything gets lost in it. Everything. I'm trying to figure out where I am. I'm actually beside the circuit. The circuit's over that way, just there, the racetrack. But you can actually drive around the back of the circuit here on a sort of an off-roady track. Ah, sure. You know what? Come on, we have time. It's lunch break here. I have to move these two gentlemen out of my way. Thanks, boys. Sorry, lads. Now. Sorry now. Sorry now. Had to disturb you again. Like I said, it's the RXH, so I should be able to do this, right? Off-road, shouldn't be a problem. I'm kind of going into some wet area here, but it is still like road. It's not like I'm driving into, you know, the back of beyond. But, so storage is my big issue here. It's the biggest issue of this car. The Peugeot 508 is the same, and I've had both. Now, I've had special requests. One guy said he was going to boil a bunny or something if I didn't review the 508 again. So here I am, still complaining about the simple stuff. Cup holders. Why are they there? Why aren't they here? It makes no sense to have them there. Because the minute you put a cup into the cup holder, you can't see the screen. Going downhill now. Oh, it's downhill. It's a lot downhill. That's more downhill than I expected it to be. And all right. There's a track there beside me, see? That's a lot of tyres. Somebody should start tyre service around here. Anyway, cup holders. They're in the wrong place. This little storage bin in the middle that I put a wrapper into is full now because there's a wrapper in it. There's a little ashtray thing here, a little hole. I'm not even sure you'd actually get an ashtray, an cigarette into that, right? I don't smoke anymore. Don't smoke, kids. It's stupid. And there ended the internal storage of the 508. There is no more storage. There is nowhere else to put things. That is the end of the storage. Ooh, this looks deep. Ah, sure. We're in a 508 RXH. We should be able to manage this, right? You know what? It's still going. So what's the competition for this thing? Well, weirdly, it's an Audi A6 all-road would be the kind of nearest thing to it. But you can buy this one, not hybrid version. Now the problem with it is it's a bit pricey, a little on the pricey side. It's well, it's it's not cheap. Forget it. Probably not going to consider this one. But I love the looks. I love the looks. I think the looks of this car are astounding on the outside. I love the claw thing. I love all that stuff is top notch. Fix the storage. You don't need this big transmission tunnel. You don't need replace all this gubbins here. Move it. Put it somewhere else, and then put in some cup holders. Do you like the hat? It's like I'm bald, but now I have hat hair. Look, I have hat hair. See my hat hair? It's all flat because it's freezing here down Patrick, Northern Ireland. I'm frozen. By the way, this is the kind of area that the film Game of Thrones in.
How you doing, lads? Nextyear.com. Be there or be square.
The excitement in my house is palpable. My wife watches Game of Thrones. I couldn't tell. I only know Jon Snow. That's kind of it. I don't even watch it for the naked ladies. Every time I talk about the Peugeot 508, I always feel a little bit guilty, like I'm kicking a dog or something, okay? And I get it. It's a really good, really honest, tidy car. But it's got such monumental flaws inside the cabin that's just unforgivable for a family car. And I know these things go for sales reps an awful lot, but this is primarily a family saloon, well, family estate, this RXH one, but the 508 is a saloon. This ginormous armrest that opens up to reveal the smallest little cubby hole underneath it. Practicalities. People want practicalities. I want practicalities. I want to say that this car is every bit as good as everything else in the segment. But you know what? I can't, because everything else in the segment has decent storage. They've thought about the storage in the interior. This has got a beautiful looking interior, but the minute you scratch under the surface of how it looks and start to use the car, everything becomes too small and tight and tiny. So until Peugeot raise the game and start thinking about how the interior of this car is used, I can't recommend it. But I still think it's probably the prettiest car on the outside. Drive dynamics are absolutely right up there with the rest of them. That gearbox is a little bit, feels like the clutch is slipping or something. It just revs on. It's not slipping, it's just the nature of the gearbox. Interior seats, fitting, comfort and boot space, brilliant. I am 100% with you on the boot space, that's all great. Everything fits, everything is where it should be. That's all perfect. Fix the storage in the cabin, and then you'll have a perfect car. And that is it for me. If you liked what you saw in this review, please give me an old subscription. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. So subscribe. Get hold of me there. Leave a comment. I answer pretty much every comment that's ever commented. I don't know why I do that actually, but I do. And that's it. If you like what you saw, give me a comment, subscribe, like, the usual sort of stuff. Until the next time, I will see you on the far side.